By the way, I had to delete yesterday's video because apparently the owner of this channel messaged me and said if I'm gonna be reacting to their videos, put a warning in the beginning that it's not promoting pimpology, I guess. So yeah, man, this is not promotion, people. I'm not promoting being pimps, okay? So I'm just reacting to this because it looks a little dark, and it goes with the, it looks evil. It looks satanic. People like, Jesus Christ, like this is scary, man. What the fuck is going on? Anyways, man. So let's watch what he or she has to say, and it's about how to get somebody emotionally attached according to a pimp.
I'm going to be very careful how I teach this because these strategies are dark, and these strategies are used to manipulate
a responsible pimp. Who would have known?
People to destroy people's ego, destroy their self-esteem, and in the wrong hands, this strategy can be destructive, completely thermonuclear for the victim you apply this on. So I'm going to give you a non-pimp version of this, because we, at the end of the day, use this system to bring women into our fold. And it's through pain and pleasure. You have to create an attachment. The difference between a normal person who creates an attachment and a pimp is the severity of pain and pleasure that you provide.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly, right? Like, if you have too many, if there's too many highs and too many lows, it makes well, it's like a drug addiction, right? In life, naturally, you have some highs and some lows. But when you're really miserable about your life, you have a lot of lows. And so the natural human instincts is to seek an equal high. Get what I'm saying? That's why if you're a child, if you're a creepy child, and unfortunately you had traumas as a child, you have a lot of lows because of those traumas, and so you're gonna instinctively look for a high as you get older. You're not even aware that you're looking for a high because of trauma. You're not even aware that you're traumatized. Sometimes that even happens, right? And so that's why most likely they prey on people with childhood traumas. Well, guess what? Predators are really good at identifying weakness, right? And I imagine that's what he's going to talk about.
For the simple fact that the people that we use this on naturally have a lot of traumas, a lot of pain.
People, I don't watch these videos ahead of time. By the way, yesterday somebody called me out on some shit that I was wrong in, and I apologize. And I hid you from the channel by mistake. When I was gonna like it, I hid you. So if you know who you are, where you commented yesterday, just go to my other channel and say, hey, you hid me from the channel, because I apologize for that. I accidentally hid you.
And a lot of lows.
Let's go back.
A lot of traumas, a lot of pain, and a lot of lows. Because of those lows, it enables us to give them highs that they never imagined. But you can never experience that high without having that type of trauma. But most likely in your case, this person is a normal individual, and you can still use this on them. And the difference is that it's not going to be a trauma bond. A trauma bond is more controlling. It's almost like a parasite, and you enter their minds and control them. We're not in here to teach this anymore.
Like, what? When did you teach it? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I've asked for forgiveness. And there are some things that just cannot change.
Oh, I bet you'll pass.
But with this video, I want to help guys improve their dating lives. Because every time any guy asks me for dating advice while I was working, while I was doing what I was doing, it seemed to hit different for them. Well, because
yeah, motherfucker, because you're a pimp. And they see the hoes. Yeah, they're gonna listen. Like, what the fuck?
Advice is based on experience. We see the results in every sense of the way. So let's begin with this. First thing is pain, like I said, and pleasure. Those are the two elements that motivate human beings.
All right, this person definitely studied psychology, because yeah, it is true. The motivating things, and it's even in the Tony Robbins book. So most likely, this dude was reading Tony Robbins, Awaken the Child Within. Oh shit.
That motivates human beings. And those are the two elements that create attachment. And like I said earlier, she has to have a need for you. Trauma, Or, in less extreme cases like you guys most likely, you're her type. Or maybe she's not happy with her boyfriend.
Yeah, and this is where this applies to both sexes, to be honest with you. I'm gonna post this on both channels. Because what he's saying is that people have to have a need for you. This is why I tell people boss bitches and hyper successful men are out the question. Because they're so self-reliant that they don't even know how to ask for help. You know, they'll be lonely and they don't know how to get out of that loneliness, even though people want them. And that there's some people that are meant to be alone, right? And what I notice is that pimps are really good and they don't give a fuck. They go after those who need them. Like, I remember reading the story of Iceberg Slim, and he would talk about how if a woman wasn't, if she didn't need him, if she wasn't in a situation where she needed to depend on him, he wouldn't have her in his stable. He only kept women who needed him. He wasn't if a woman wanted to leave, he would never try to hold them. In fact, he would ship them off somewhere else. Right? And so that's an important lesson in life. I was watching a video about Pimp earlier today he said, go for the women who want you, not for the women that you want. And that is such and I will talk about this, that is a sign of self-esteem. Go for the easy ones. Stop going for the most difficult cases. Take the layups. Threes and layups. But low self-esteem will keep you alone because it'll only make you attracted to those who don't want you and keep you in a perpetual place of being alone. And a lot of the times, you're not picky. You're just afraid of intimacy. You're just afraid of being with someone. And so your tastes change to keep you in that range.
And it opens up the space for you to enter her.
Let's go back.
And not in that her boyfriend. And it opens up the space for you to enter her. And not in that way. She's sad or lonely. Maybe she's a traveler. Maybe she's new to her school and she feels alone. Anything. You then criticize her in order to poke at her ego. Once you identify that she's fragile, and fragile doesn't mean traumatized, like I said. It could just mean that they like you. And your opinion matters to them. Because what we want is to make them emotional. To create some anxiety. You attack her ego by making her break her own rules, by testing her rules, doing no-shows on the date to see her reaction, criticize her, learn to punish with stern looks and change your voice. You learn to have a happy voice, but when she does something wrong, you learn that stern voice, that voice your mom had and gave you when you were making a mistake. Now, like I said, if you do this on a person just to manipulate them, just for the hell of hurting people, I've experienced karma before. They always get revenge. They always get revenge. Women can be conniving that way. So don't you dare and do this on a woman just to hurt, because I'm telling you, for your own safety, it's gonna come back to bite you. I've seen it in my life. It's one thing that I gotta warn that I'm not warning you for moral reasons. I'm warning you because if you fuck with the wrong woman, she's gonna get you. Then you learn to forgive after she makes mistakes. You act as though you were mad, you act as though you didn't like the fact that she disrespected you, for example. You exaggerate how disappointed you are in her. You pull away. You make her self-reflect. You make her think, what did I do wrong? And then you forgive. You come back. You act like nothing happened, which throws her off guard. Most guys usually are very vindictive as well. Most guys usually get mad and take a few days to get over it. You, on the other hand, you criticize her for something that you don't like, you look mad, and then the next day you come back with a gift. Pain and pleasure. You'll see right after that, she's completely attached. You go through this process a few times, and you'll create a type of obsession that could possibly land her in prison. I've seen it before.
This thing is crazy. I would lie. Why does he tell me, this is creepy. This dude's creepy. He don't even try it. When he's not talking, look. He just looks around. Who does that? What the fuck? Hey, anyways, I'm a little lost words with this evil motherfucker. I agree. Um, the fighting and then acting like nothing happened. That's crazy, but it works. I like to think that in real life, if you live with someone or you're in a relationship with a girl or a guy, you sort of this happens naturally, right? And this is where people with strong egos can't be happy in a relationship. So this is where you got to be okay with. This is like just forgiving because that cycle of fighting and getting back together, fighting. But the difference is the severity. Like I'm not asking you guys to have Bronx level federal charges type of fighting. I'm talking about moments when you're fighting and it doesn't feel good and it's uncomfortable, but then you make up, right? Then you talk, reconciliate, and though that cycle creates addiction. That's true, but it's toxic. Like it's toxic. It's what I don't want is how I don't want bad fighting. I don't want Bronx mode, hold me back, hold my earrings, Melissa type of shit, right? Yeah, man, this is crazy shit, man. If you guys, yeah, this is crazy shit. Check out the channel right there. This is crazy shit.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.